Ottoman Empire was one of the most powerful and long-lasting empires in world history. It existed from the late 13th century until the early 20th century, controlling large portions of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. The empire played a central role in the history of Europe and the Middle East, and its legacy is still felt in the modern world.
Origins and early expansion, 1299 to 1453. The Ottoman Empire was founded by Osman I in 1299 in the region of Anatolia, modern-day Turkey. Initially, it was a small, semi-nomadic Turkic principality that emerged in the wake of the decline of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum and the weakening of the Byzantine Empire. Over time, the Ottomans began expanding their territory, taking advantage of the political instability in the region. Under Osman's successors, the Ottomans expanded across Anatolia and into the Balkans. They defeated the Byzantine army in several significant battles, and by the mid-14th century, the Ottomans had established a foothold in Europe, crossing the Dardanelles Strait. Sultan Murad I further expanded the empire by defeating the Serbian and Bulgarian armies and incorporating parts of the Balkans.
Conquest of Constantinople, 1453. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 was one of the most significant moments in Ottoman and world history. Sultan Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror, besieged the city and, after a 53-day siege, captured it from the Byzantine Empire, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and solidifying the Ottomans as a major world power. Constantinople, which the Ottomans renamed Istanbul, became the capital of the Ottoman Empire and a hub of trade, culture, and politics for centuries to come.
Height of the empire, 16th and 17th centuries. At its peak in the 16th and 17th centuries, the Ottoman Empire was a vast and powerful entity, stretching from Hungary in the north to Yemen in the south, and from Algeria in the west to Iraq in the east. This period saw the rise of several prominent Ottoman sultans, including Suleiman the Magnificent in 1520-1566, whose reign is often considered the empire's golden age.
Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent, conquering large parts of Hungary, the Middle East, and North Africa. His forces even besieged Vienna in 1529, but the city was not taken. Under his reign, the Ottoman Empire became a dominant force in both Europe and the Islamic world. Suleiman was also a patron of the arts and architecture, overseeing the construction of many iconic structures, including the Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul. The Ottoman legal and administrative systems were refined during his reign, and he earned the title lawgiver for his work in codifying Ottoman law.
Military and political power. The Ottoman Empire's military success was largely due to its efficient and disciplined army, which included the Janissaries, an elite corps of infantry soldiers. These soldiers were originally Christian boys, taken through the Devshirme system, converted to Islam, and trained to serve the state. The Ottomans were also known for their use of gunpowder weapons, which gave them a significant advantage in battle. Politically, the empire was ruled by a sultan who held absolute power. The the Sultan was supported by a vast bureaucracy and a network of provincial governors, beys and pashas who managed the empire's various territories. The Ottoman government was highly organized and efficient, and the empire was divided into millahs or communities that allowed religious minorities and Christians and Jews to govern themselves under their own laws.
Decline and modernization, 17th to 19th centuries. The 17th century marked the beginning of the slow decline of the Ottoman Empire. Several factors contributed to this, including military defeats, internal corruption, and the rise of European powers like Austria, Russia, and Spain. The Ottomans struggled to keep up with European advances in military technology and organization.
Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, the empire attempted to reform and modernize, particularly during the Tanzimat era, 1839 to 1876, when there were efforts to centralize and strengthen the government, modernize the military, and reform the legal system. However, these reforms were only partially successful, and the empire continued to lose territory in wars with Russia, Austria, and other European powers.
By the late 19th century, the Ottoman Empire was often referred to as the sick man of Europe due to its ongoing military defeats, economic struggles, and territorial losses. The empire lost large portions of the Balkans and North Africa, and nationalist movements among its subject peoples further weakened its control.
The empire in World War I and its collapse, 1914 to 1922. The final blow to the Ottoman Empire came during World War I. The empire sided with the Central Powers, Germany and Austria-Hungary, in the war, hoping to regain lost territory. However, the war ended in disaster for the Ottomans, with their forces suffering defeat on multiple fronts. After the war, the Treaty of Sèvres in 1920 dismantled much of the Ottoman Empire, leaving only modern-day Turkey. The empire officially came to an end in 1922 when the last Ottoman Sultan, Mehmed VI, was deposed, and the Republic of Turkey was established under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
Legacy of the Ottoman Empire. The legacy of the Ottoman Empire is vast and complex. Its influence is still felt in many parts of Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. The empire was a melting pot of cultures, religions, and languages, and its system of governance, architecture, and art had a profound influence on the regions it controlled. The Ottoman legal and administrative systems, particularly the millah system, allowed for a level of religious tolerance that was rare in the early modern world.
The empire also played a key role in the spread of Islamic culture and knowledge. The collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I had far-reaching consequences, particularly in the Middle East, where its former territories were divided by European powers, laying the groundwork for many of the political conflicts in the region today. Thank you for watching the video The Ottoman Empire, provided by History and Current Events. This is Lily and Gina, Sarah, Bill, Brian and Tony have also contributed so far as narrators. Thank you.